prologue. This is weird, right? Because you're all out there, and I'm up here, and I'm talking about out there, up here. And there are a lot of people who say that I'm really out there, and I think it's because of how much time I spend up here. The story, to quote the late 90s boy band 5, baby, when the lights go out, every single word could not express the love and tenderness. I really like spending time in my head with myself. Like, I like to play games with myself in my head. Like, if Jesus had an online dating profile, would it say, likes long walks on the beach while carrying you? And the problem, though, when you're as tall as I am, and as uncoordinated as I am, and you spend so much time in your head, is you tend to do things like step in a lot of dog poop and trip. And what ends up happening up here never matches what's out there. Let me give you an example. When I was in high school, I thought about girls a lot, and when I would lie down and listen to my Walkman, the words of the lyrics of the boy bands of the era would speak to me. And I would set the music to a scene with whatever girl it was at that time that I was thinking of. So this one time, I was lying in bed, and I was picturing this scene with this girl, and in my head it was like, I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. And in my mind, she was wearing Abercrombie and Fitch. And, you know, I looked into her eyes and she looked into my eyes. But what ended up happening is I stress ate, took her on a carnival ride, and threw up a little bit in her mouth. Another time, senior year, in my mind, I was thinking of the lyrics and picturing the scene with this girl whose shore house I was going to, and the words went, Shooby-doo-wop and Scooby snacks. I met a fly girl and I can't relax. I'm gonna edit the next part. The only problem is, she's a Marion girl. And in my mind, I wanted to reach my arm casually around hers and look into her eyes, but what ended up happening is I got really nervous and ended up picking up some animal crackers and kind of gently crushing them into her hair. And I think I did it flirtatiously, but the point is, by the time I got to college, I was pretty much immune to red cheek embarrassment, and I majored in the only thing that someone who spends so much time up here can possibly major in: philosophy. And in that philosophy program that I went to at the University of Scranton, there was this seminal course where there was this assignment called the Silly Sonnet, where we had to deliver a Shakespearean sonnet while simultaneously doing the most embarrassing thing we've ever done in our lives. And there were some stories from this course. Like, one guy got arrested because he dressed up like a vagrant and shouted his sonnet at the building where he was supposed to perform it in. Another kid gave his mom a lap dance while performing the sonnet. And when my professor was talking to us and I was in my own mind thinking something along the lines of, like, what happens when we no longer need the word obsolete? He said, Steve is so out there, I don't know what he could possibly do to embarrass himself. And I got nervous real quick, but eventually I found a sonnet that I liked, and it was Sonnet 130, and a line from the sonnet goes, "Roses the mast I have seen, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks." And I thought about what I was going to do, and I laid down at night, and I had a lot of fun in my head with this one, and in my mind, I was going, bop, da-dibby-dop by doo-bop, da-dibby-bop by doo-bop, da-dibby-bop by doo. And so I went to class the next day, and I need to explain the way this was set up. So it was a stadium seating laboratory classroom, and I got up on the lab table in the front, and I started delivering my sonnet, and in the middle of the sonnet, I turned around, and my pants fell to the ground, and painted on me, on my backside, were rosy cheeks. And I was going to deliver the rest of the sonnet through my backside. Now, this professor was really big on eye contact, so I also bent my head through my legs see all three of your brown eyes. And so I realized after that as out there as I had been, there was still room further to go. Epilogue. I know what you're thinking. Steve's too out there for what's up here to ever match what's out there. I'm shouting, I don't know why. But there are, I know, and maybe you believe in the power of storytelling, that there are others out there like me, and maybe there's a girl who's gonna see this story, and up here, she's starting to imagine meeting me, and in her mind, she's saying the lyrics to herself, "You are my fire, the one desire." Maybe, out there.